All right, so how often are UK food trucks inspected? Well, if you're running a food truck or looking to start a food truck business in England, Scotland, Wales, or even Northern Ireland, I'm going to give you the rundown of when you can expect to get your inspections and how frequent they are. So in the UK, food trucks are actually treated similarly to other food businesses under food hygiene laws. Now, that actually means regular inspections are conducted by the local environmental health officers known as the EHO. Now, to ensure the food safety, cleanliness, and legalities of your business, this is the reason why they actually want to inspect your truck. The frequency of these inspections actually depends on several risk-based factors. I'm going to dive into those right now here on Marketing Food Online UK. We're all about food entrepreneurship in the UK. All right, guys, welcome back to Marketing Food Online UK. It's Damian Roberti. I am the founder and CEO of Marketing Food Online. We have several YouTube channels here on YouTube, but I decided to open and start one specifically about the UK, all about food entrepreneurship. So this channel was going to have dedicated solely to the UK and everything from bakeries, food trucks, food deliveries, and everything in between. So you definitely want to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. We got a lot of great content on the way. Number one, well, the initial inspection after registrations. Now, guess what? When you register your food truck business with your local authority, actual legal requirement under the Food Safety and Hygiene in England regulations of 2013, an environmental health officer, as it's known, will schedule the initial inspection for your truck. Now, what's the timeline? Well, usually within about a 28-day window of starting the business or registering it. Now, what do they actually check for? Now, this is something you want to pay attention to because this will give you a rundown of what they're looking for. They want to look for food safety practices, cleanliness of the vehicle itself, your food handling and storage procedures. Now, of course, this, by the way, will be done mostly with you as the food truck owner. Normally, you don't have to have your whole staff there and your entire employees and everything else if you've got them, just the owner itself and the procedures. Next up is temperature controls, pest control within the food truck, and waste disposal, and of staff hygiene. Now, the outcome, you receive an actual what's known as food hygiene rating. That is a 0 to 5 grading score, which actually must be displayed visibly in some parts of the UK. Now, mandatory in places like Wales and Northern Ireland, and it's voluntary in England and Scotland. So it's a little bit of variation between those two areas. Number two, frequency of routine inspections. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Now, after the initial inspection, the frequency of future inspections actually depends on the risk level assigned to your business. Now, this is based on the following. The type of food served, like let's say raw meat equals a higher risk than prepared snacks, for instance. Your food handling complexity. So if the simpler it is for you to produce your food product, the easier it is for you to enjoy a better rating. Volume of food. Now, this will be dependent upon how much you're actually selling. Now, some obviously food trucks will start off small, but as you begin to progress and sell more food, that might change. Now, past compliance record. This is actually an indication of what you've had in the past in regards to your score and how well you've maintained the food truck. Now, hygiene rating. That's going to be the 0 to 5 score as we mentioned before. And then any complaints or any incidences since the previous inspection. So, now, keep this in mind. Your inspection frequency guide, I'll show you here on screen. This is a really cool little chart. The risk level, if it was high, it's going to be every 6 months. If it's a medium risk level, 12 to 18 months. And if you're considered a low risk, now this could potentially be like selling just prepackaged snacks. You're not necessarily cooking anything on your vehicle. There's not a lot of risk involved. That could be everywhere from 2 to even 3 years. Now, here's a great example. So a mobile unit cooking, let's say raw meat, may be inspected more often than a van, like I just mentioned, selling, let's say, prepackaged sweets or treats, right? Number 3, unannounced spot checks. These are not the ones that you don't have a lot of fun with these because they are just going to happen whether you like it or not. Now, the EHOs, as they're known, can conduct what's known as an unannounced inspection at any time, especially if the following happens. A customer actually complaint is made. There's a suspected food poisoning outbreak or something within that area. You're new or have had poor ratings. And also you're doing random checks at events or festivals. They do that as well too, just to simply make sure to keep everybody on their toes and let you know that they are definitely watching. Now, here's a couple of tips, by the way, to help prepare for an inspection. You want to keep cleaning schedules and temperature logs. Label all your food items, by the way, with expiration dates, okay? Ensure your staff have at least a level 2 food hygiene certificate. You want to make sure hand washing facilities are also working properly, storing raw or even cooked food separately. Display your hygiene rating where it's actually required. Now, a couple of extra notes for mobile food trucks. Your base of operations, your home kitchen or commissary, may also be inspected as well. Now, if you operate in, let's say, multiple boroughs or even councils, you only need to register with one, but can be inspected, by the way, by others during events. So wrapping it up, the UK trucks are inspected just like any other food business. So after your first inspection, the frequency basically will be dependent upon your hygiene standards, types of food that you're selling, and of course your risk profile that will be assigned to you by the EHO. Now, staying clean, organized, and of course compliant can help you reduce any of these inspections, help you maintain that 5-star rating with boost for customers' satisfaction. All right, so if you have any questions about this, let me know down below. Definitely hit the subscribe button and check out our other channels here on YouTube. We have a ton of great channels dedicated to food entrepreneurship, and I'll see you on our next video.